Hey, thanks for checking out my channel. I'm John Stark from ActTheMovieGuy.com, and I know they just aired the finale. I'm a week behind, but this is Lord of the Rings, Season 1, Episode 7, The Rings of Power. By the way, not the... Anyway, I'm a blind film critic, so I didn't maybe... I don't know. I'm just assuming the orcs look the same relatively as they looked in the Lord of the Rings franchise movie films, what I could see. So I add images, my brain fills it in. I use the audio description and I get a movie that plays in my head. It's hard to describe, but something's there. So this is sort of the fallout of from the last one, which was just the battle. Episode 6 was just a long battle sequence. And this one shows Galadriel and those who survived just kind of picking themselves up and heading off, and the others end up traveling back, and she's traveling a lot with Theo, and they're talking a lot about loss. Obviously we thought that meant that his mom was dead. And then we turned out it wasn't. She's still alive. So that was cool. I did put spoilers on this in the title. So if you didn't know, I don't know what else I would talk about without spoilers. Like thematically, like I like this episode a lot, but I can't tell you why. So I thought the misdirection was really good, because I actually thought she was dead too. I was like, well, I mean, obviously they have 1,000 characters in this show, so they needed to kill one to give the emotional impacts, to give this kid a bigger story. No? Oh, okay. No. The only one that died was that one guy's son. And then he had to have that emotional moment with his horse instead, where he was like, no, just come with me, you're coming home. He won't listen to you. He won't listen to any of us. I was like, this is so dramatic. Anyway, so they set the horse free because he no longer had a rider. Or will he? Will they find the rider? Since everyone else seemed to be alive, maybe the horse will gallop away and find its rider. And gallop back and be like, hey, he's here. And then we cut also to I'm going to keep calling them the Hobbits, because that's obviously what they will be called at some point in this series, even though they don't know it yet. The stranger, and the stranger tries to like revive this burned out area. He tries to bring this tree back to life, and suddenly there are like apples everywhere, and he does like a good thing, and then there are these other like human things that come through, and they're very threatening, and the hobbits take off to try to warn the stranger, because he kind of like went off on his own mission, learning about life. I think we all know what's going to happen. I mean, there's really very few directions I could go with the stranger, and I've narrowed it down to 2, and seeing where this thing is going, I'm feeling more like it's going to be on 1, I'm pretty sure I know who the stranger is going to be. The question is, does it get revealed in the next episode or not? Or do they keep him as the stranger? And how will people react? Will they care? Do the hobbits know what that is? Anything. Anyway, and the most compelling thing was Durin, who actually gave like one hell of a performance this episode. I saved the best for last, because man, his fight with his father, I was like, this is great. This is actually solid acting. I'm like among the best of the series so far was Duran's acting in this episode. And his wife is just coming in at the end and is like, your father needs to be put down, basically. You are the next great king. So I'm really interested to see what happens with that as well. It was a really nice episode. I liked it a lot. I like the series. I don't know why people give it shit. It's actually fairly entertaining. So I'm excited and I'm glad. I can't wait to see the season finale. And I'm glad we've already got a second season renewed. I'm sure we'll get more than 2 seasons of this show. But it's really giving us a nice introduction to this world, sort of like how the House of the Dragon is doing with the others. I do need them to stop adding characters for a little while, though, in this show, just so I can focus on the ones that we have, and I can sort of learn and absorb them a little bit more. That's all I need. It's my one qualm with the Rings of Power is I felt like the cast was expanding so quickly, and I think people died during that battle, and I don't even know which ones they were. So I just, if we could just work with the cast we have and expand upon them, and then, maybe slowly add a few people here and there. You have a huge cast. Calm down is what I'm saying. Still has great audio descriptions, so if you're not watching it, why? Do you not like fantasy shows? Because that's fair. But if you're not watching it because the internet told you not to watch it, that's why I'm here, is to tell you that the internet is wrong. This is an entertaining show. So I'm going to give The Rings of Power Season 1, Episode 7 an A. Did a great job of balancing the storylines again. So I'm trying to get to 100 this year. So since you stayed around this long, if you could subscribe, that'd be great. You can also go to my website, macthemovieguy.com. You can follow me on Twitter at macthemovieguy, at macthemovieguy, not .com. And you can go to the audio description project, adp.acb.org. It'll let you know what has audio description and where you can watch it. And you can go to theadna.org. That's theadna.org, and it'll let you know who's describing what. That's it for me today, and I gotta go review something else, so I will see you on the other side.